Everyone, turn 4. Go ahead and look at our messages. Titan continued to Titan. This battle we won, but everybody ran away. So, which is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and regroup back in Pangea. We're getting some more Grove Guards and Cataphracts. Started fort number 2 right away on turn 4 here in Palmania. And then I'm doing some looking around to basically see where my neighbors are. So here's Gondwana. Technically speaking, so these are within 2 of Gondwana, and these are within 2 of me. Without Diplo, we'll just see how that actually sorts itself out. Then Man is up here, which the layout is kind of curious to me. So Man is 4 spaces ahead of me, but Gondwana is 4 spaces below me and 1 to the right. So I'm not quite sure what Map Nuke is doing exactly. But there's Gondwana. We've got Midgard 4 spaces to the left of me, and I thought I saw. Yeah, I don't actually know who is there yet, but this guy can find out soon enough. So we got Gondwana and Midgard and Man and a mystery person. And the goal will be to just get the crew to conquer some of this land that is in their direction. We'll need to project strength somehow, and I'm going to see exactly what that looks like. Got a hero, so we got a nice white minotaur, which is good for calling down lightning mostly. And what else do we have? Let's go ahead and look at those pretenders. So there's Man, Blood Explosion. I haven't bothered to look up the titles. Man has their Tower Knights, which are pretty good. I think they have some crossbows. Well, these Wardens have crossbows. They're stealthy, which is their main claim to fame. Crossbows on the Defenders. And the rest of these guys don't really scare me. Maybe they should. Magic-wise, they've got these judges. Boring. Magisters. There's spies, mundane researcher, and mediocre paths. Magister Arcane. This is a solid unit. Good paths. Pricey, but I mean, the paths are great, like I said. So the Magister Arcane is really what makes Man tick, at least in terms of starting researchers. I haven't looked at their national spells. Midgard. I played against Midgard recently. Yeah, Growth here. No, actually, I didn't play against Midgard recently. I'm mixing them up with Utgard. They've got the Vans, which are just as good as they've always been. Skin Shifters, Einhirs, Herdman. They do not have crossbows, which is noteworthy. Magic-wise, they've got the Air and Blood that you're used to. These are still phenomenal thugs. Van Herses are not as good as they had been in previous ages. Galderman. These guys have a nice mix. Velva, great communion participants with a bit of fortune teller, and Gaudier. So these are their standard researchers and communions. These are their wild cards, and then they've got their Van Jarl thugs. And then Gondwana. Gondwana is interesting. They have these giant ass beasts that are pretty fucking terrifying, all things considered. They have fear and trample, and they're huge, and they love a regen bless. These guys are a little bit smaller, but when they die, they turn into a bird with a lot of HP. And then they just get their dude right back. Oops. Sorry about that. The big thing is that these are animals, and they are vulnerable to my anti-animal stuff. So if I can do Charm Animal, for example, and steal myself a Thunder Beast, that'd be pretty glorious. And their magic resistance is not high. This is a commander version of the Sacreds. The Breathmaker, Lord of Thunder and Lightning, Rider of the Cloud. So I am actually going to look that up just to see if they took regen, basically, because that will impact my decision making quite a bit. Magic-wise, their magic was not nearly as good, if I recall correctly. So these guys will frequently, like, this is probably their best researcher. They've got Master Ritualist, which is cool. Sorry, this is their best combat mage. They will double up on one of these things unless they get fire. And when you double up on pretty much any path, you get plenty of good options available to you. These queens here. Obas, which are their holy threes to bless all of their birds. I think that this guy can do thug stuff because it'll turn into a bird and still be okay. Lion Shaman, they turn into lions. Wish that you could actually see what the transformation path had from this screen. Solid Shaman. Decent variety of paths. Witch Doctor, this is basically the same as what Machaka gets back in the day. They need to be carrying around some type of booster to be able to do anything. Spirit Dancers. Meh. Ordinarily this would be like a research monkey. Oh, they automatically go into communion. Gotcha, that makes sense. And they only require 1 recruitment point. So you can't use them for research, but you can build a pretty sizable communion out of them. That's neat. Priest, Enzomo, Kako. Alright. So yeah, I'll check out those titles and we'll see what we've got there. But that should do it for turn 4. See you on turn 5.